Hey, Jen VAUTHRIN here from Soulutions Counselling. Today I'm going to answer all your questions after being a counselor for so many years about counseling. Question number 1, is there a right time to see a counselor? What do you think? It's all up to you. Nobody can tell you the right, wrong, or indifferent. It doesn't matter if your life is going sideways and you see it and everybody else sees it. You have to be comfortable. You have to be comfortable with the counselor you pick. You have to be comfortable working through it. And you have to be ready to be real. Be yourself and look at yourself. Don't go back into the past and drag it out, but be you. Be able to accept new tools that you're going to learn. Have accountability. That, homework is a good thing in counseling. Be ready for that. Be ready for the new challenges and be ready for the next step in your life. So the problems may seem small to you, but others may see it differently. Do you have to worry about what others think of you? No, you don't. But is it fear that's getting in your way of just seeing those as small problems? Maybe you're just afraid. Maybe you just don't want to deal with it. Loads of us don't want to have confrontation in our life. The best thing to do is just call around. Call around to different counselors. You always get a free consultation. Email, text, there's always ways to just kind of feel things out. If you feel at the end of the day that no, you don't need a counselor, so be it. If you do, you've done your research and you've probably talked to different counselors that'll give you different ideas. So if you're asking yourself, why do I need to go and see a counselor? There's obviously something going on in your life. Something that's making you ask that question, why? So don't let it be my mom or my dad told me. Don't let it be my son or my daughter told me. Don't let it be my husband or my wife or my kids told me that I need to go and see a counselor. It has to be about you. You have to be ready to take the next step. To be in that life. You have to be ready for that next chapter in your life. So what to expect when you go to counseling? Well, remember, this is all about you. This is a service for you. I hate using that word service because ultimately you should feel like a friend. You know how you can tell your dog, your cat, your animal, anything without any judgment? That's how a counselor should be. No judgment, being real with one another, being accountable to one another, almost like being best friends with one another, like you would be with an animal. That would be the best thing that I can describe to you. Be real. Make sure they're real. Make sure you feel safe. Make sure it's confidential. Make sure you're not just another number, because you're not. This is all about you. So how do you know the counselor's right for you? Do you feel safe? Can you connect with them? Do you feel as though they are hearing you, that they're actually listening to you, that they want to listen to you, that they're not kind of going, yeah, so how does that make you feel? Or, well, what do you think you should do about it? No, that you should have a friendship with this counselor. You should be able to tell them anything, anywhere, anytime. It should be like you're in a safe zone, completely in a safe zone, where no matter what you've done, where you've been, where you're going, what you're doing now, it doesn't matter. And you'll be able to see, you'll be able to connect. And you'll feel free. You'll feel free knowing that you're not being judged, that you're not alone, that you made the right decision. So in order to be with a counselor that is right for you, you have to cut through the crap. For me, as a counselor, when I have people that come into my office or I go to their homes or we go for a walk or I'm Skyping or whatever, I can generally tell if they're ready or not. And generally what happens is people just don't want to bear it all. They've got this defense up. So I'll cut right through it and I'll go, you know what? That's not you. You don't feel good about yourself. And some people go, what? I feel great. And I'm like, no, you don't. Or you have a drinking problem. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. Make sure you have somebody that's counseling you that is real, that will tell you things that you may not want to hear, but you have to hear. Make sure you feel good when you walk out of the office. Like, I don't mean good, like, oh, I've just jumped, 10 chapters ahead of my life. That's not the way it's going to be. It's going to be a work in progress. But make sure that this counselor also can be your accountability partner, that you're able to connect with them, maybe not on the phone, but you can email with them, you can text with them. When they're able to get back to you, they will. So in between sessions, you're able to connect with them and go, look, I'm having a really rough day. This is what's going on. And it's a 2-minute blurb, and they can 2-minute blurb back to you until your next session. So how often do you go see a counselor? Is it once a week? Is it twice a week? Is it once a month? Is it every 2 weeks? And people will always go, well, what's your scale? Like, how much do you charge? Well, for most counselors, for me anyways, if you go once a month, it's X amount of money. If you go twice a month, obviously that cuts down. If you're going weekly, there better be some sort of discount, for lack of better words, because, you're really putting in an effort. And again, it's about breaking the bank. You don't want to break that bank because that's going to add more stress to your life. And that's the last thing any counselor should ever want you to do. This is about getting you to the place you need to be in your life to move forward. Then you do maintenance, okay? That can be, if you're doing once a week, that can be once a month. If you're doing once a month, that can be every 6 months. Whatever works for you. That's the bottom line. It's all about you. This counselor, whoever it may be, should be working with you to achieve those goals in a timely manner. That is the ultimate, in a timely manner. And then the stress is off and you can enjoy your life. So pretty much this is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your money. So my motto, whether right, wrong, or indifference, is I will never shoot shit up your ass if you don't shoot shit up mine. Because you don't have the money and I don't have the time. Let's not waste it. Life is precious. Let's move to the next chapter and really get out of life what we're meant to be here for. Good. So every person that comes to see me, everybody's different. So when we ask about how often do we go, that's totally up to you. I can have an input. Most people want to go and get it over and done with in the beginning before we really get the rapport going, which is generally right away because I'm pretty straightforward. And I think you guys can see that. But it's once a week, twice a week. Those are the two that most people go with. So whatever your budget is and whatever you feel is right with this person and their guidance, ask what they think. If you feel that they're real and authentic, they'll tell you honestly. And if you can't afford to be going weekly or bi-weekly, then maybe you guys can work something out with emails or texting. Like I said, anything like that, you're doing homework and you're sending the homework in. So there's always, the right counselor will find the right way to work with you and your budget to make it work because it's all about you. So in conclusion, even if you're halfway around the world and you can't find a counselor, connect with me. Email me, look at these videos, watch the videos. If you have questions, you can always send them to me. There's loads of links down at the bottom where you can connect with me. I love hearing your comments and questions. It's key to me that I get those questions so I'm able to help you and everybody else. Because your questions, you're not alone. There's so many other people. And we want to help those people. So let's connect, no matter where we are around the world. And let's make this place a better place, starting with you.